Good evening and welcome. Hi. I'm gonna stream for a little bit. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but don't feel like doing anything else. Here we go. Yes, I am Hirthra. I beg your pardon, but do I know you, miss? I know this smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare her special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted this. Oh, the poor dear. Such a shame that she was taken in by that baron. He cut a dashing figure, I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of ear, sigh. But those dazzling ruby eyes of his were filled with lust. 'Twas not more than infatuation what she felt, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. But when her beauty started to grow, God's the scandal. I mean, 'tis not an uncommon occurrence, but that it was with her made it so much well. I needn't tell you. She was discharged from his service, cast out onto the streets like so much refuse. After she returned to the room, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. Oh, oh, got the music. Alright. So the amorous nobleman's bed his maidservant, then cast her aside when the seed takes root. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the women and children who live in it, though. Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Gravlax, for example. Surely you've heard of him, no? He's a monk who offers succor to the poorest of the poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none of which prohibits spirituous beverages. Aye, if ever there was a man who deserved a drink, it'd be him. Where are you? down here? Yes, you are. Alone's blessing be upon you. Is a gift for me? The scent, how reminiscent of wine once made by a dear old friend. May her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child, yet somehow she found time to help me tend to those in even worse circumstances. So compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow men. 'Twas that love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. That little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually she won them over, but those first few years were trying, even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember days she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out as if searching for her mother's face in the mist. She was a remarkable woman, After everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future, for her daughter's future. There we go. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us and divides us in the end. It's the legacy of our parents, and we can't escape it no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs, to proclaim it to all and sundry. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. Somewhere around there. Oh. Still looking for your mongrel. Like I said before, take your pick, plenty around if you know where to look, or did you fancy someone specific? Oh, someone's got unusual taste. Afraid I can't help you though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you ain't of the broom. Did you think I'd just tell you because you'd asked nicely? Have you made any progress yet? So our mongrel was born of an Elsian nobleman and a Hyrule maidservant. Granted, It is no location, but it is far more important that we had information than we had before. Yes, now that her striking features are known to us, mayhap we need only remain vigilant. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out into the open. Mayhap we should discuss this with Tataru. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? Oh, confound it. She went below to make inquiries of her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly, yo. I have a premonition this is not going to end well. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you've had no luck either? Nope. Yep. Those are cool socks, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. Wait, down there. Isn't that Tataru? Those men are chasing her. Quickly, go after them.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on, I've seen them around. They're in and out the house 4 Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Hilda!
Hello? It's a cool design.
Lay a finger on the blue blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand. And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? the Forgotten Knights say?
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Hey? What are they on about?
The High Houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thornton and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
What in the hell's...
Ah, the unmistakable scent of heresy.
This asshole.
And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats. Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do. Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I reckon Sir'd be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
I like this girl.
Such simple creatures, rats. Certain to attack when cornered. Let us step outside, milady. In here your toys could hurt someone.
Right there!
You disgust me. Bear witness! Halone, guide my sword! Filthy rats!
Okay. Oh, Alphinaud's a summoner.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough!
What a flip.
Lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
I thought the Heavens Ward might come here as well.
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Gruno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavens Ward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the Heavens Ward now commands the Temple Knights.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he? Your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
Let me guess, you're wondering why I chose the mongrel, right? Because it's what I am, and I'm not ashamed of it, not anymore. Besides, even my pureblood pups have more in common with me than the lords and ladies up on high. None of them are well-bred. Hell, some of their mothers were cast out after a spot of fun, same as mine. Story as old as time, and one we are sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the blue bloods to account, some have done right by us. I'll allow, like them in House Haliante. But enough talk, your friend's still rotting in a cell, let's keep him waiting. Let's not keep him waiting. We've been working in secret to undermine the Holy See and the High Houses. That much I'll acknowledge. But this nonsense about us throwing wide the gates for the heretics is just that, nonsense. If not you, then who? You Temple Knights, of course. Reckon it was your beloved Sir Emmerich's doing at first, but then I heard how he lost his head. Maybe my next best guess would be the Heavens Ward. That way they'd have the perfect excuse to go door to door through the room, slaughter the heretics and their sympathizers in one fell swoop. But the Heavens Ward scheme did not account for Lady Isart's intervention, and so they have been forced to improvise. A fine bloody mess, ain't it? But the die is cast, so what's the plan? We must divert the attention of the high houses away from the city, and to do that we need the cooperation of your allies in the service. And what makes you think I have friends in high places? You would be fools not to, given your goals. Lowborn knights are ideal recruits. More swerve, fealty only out of desire for a better life. If I offered an opportunity to shed the yoke and live for themselves, who among them would not at least be tempted to take it? Rare is the man eager to die for a cause he does not hold dear, but it need not come to that this day. If there are fellow knights and deployed afield to deal with the new threat, amassing of heretics, for example, then they will be unable to join in the defense of the vault. Huh? Spread false reports of an attack to get him out of harm's way, you mean? The city will not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the High House believe another attack is imminent, they will soon have no choice but to act. Can it be done? Can we trick them into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep them out for long? Not bloody likely. Make sure you're ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. Then it is decided. To the vault. The Archbishop must be held accountable, and the Lord Commander granted his liberty. Hearken to me, everyone. We have two objectives. Rescue Sir Emmerich and apprehend the Archbishop. We will therefore divide our forces into two parties. Estinian and I will make ready to... Make ready to breach the underground goal and search for the Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the vault. I speak of your party, Warrior of Light, together with the Lord Hodgevin and Master Alphanode. For this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way into the highest levels of the vault, even unto the Archbishop's private chambers. When the Heavens Ward realize what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only a token force to guard the goal. Temple Knights, loyal to our cause, have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you are within, they will signal to us. If all goes to plan, we shall rejoin you with Sir Emmerich and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear as to their duties? Then let us do what needs to be done. Okay. Just gonna take a quick break, I'll be right back. Okay, let's queue up for this duty. No, not with PCs. Okay, slow wait, or fast wait. Very church-like.
I'll cut you to pieces! I will not yield to you! I have the power! Down with you! Down with you!
Filthy rats! with you! Sickness must be purged! And now the final curtain! This shall be a mercy. You disgust me. Sickness must be purged. Begone with you! Sickness must be purged!
Okay. Another successful run.
Oh, power! How can this be? Hold back!
Father, please! for a mercy. We were not too late.
Why must you do this, Father? Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew!
And tear down the very pillars of our society? Our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years? A fool to the last.
Hello.
Look out!
No. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. That really sucks.
Go. Asisla awaits.
Lord Orchefort!
Excuse me.
It's no good. The wound is too deep. It refuses to mend.
Aw. I like this guy.
You are unharmed. Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of... Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
I know not what to say to the others. They gathered at Four Temps Manor. Ah, these statues. The others are, please enter, Mr. Sun.
Don't. Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son, and for the nation he loved. Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
Heavy stuff. Let me check something. Okay, I'm still allowed inside. I could not stand there in silence, but when all the others had forsaken us, Lord Rivershot took us in, our beacon of hope in the world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits so that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction, so that we might face them as knights. We must press on with our mission. Tatatu, pray return your duties at the Forgotten Knight. Let us go speak with Sir Emmerich. Yo, I worry for his well-being. Wait. You can fly in Ishgard? I'll come back to you.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal. The founding, the scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hraesvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Okay, this we know.
Whilst Thorden's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
So we assumed.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all-too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thorin's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I have given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heaven's Ward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Haurchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thornton and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
So that's how they were...
Are the Heaven's Ward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable!
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heaven's Ward and stop my father before it is too late.
Mistress Sun, Master Alphanode, I am Lord Commander of Temple Knights of Ishgard, do I entreat the aid of the Science of the Seven Dawn. Our aid is preventing whatever it is the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetuated. No more. Ooh. Ah, yes, of course. You two were close. I know. Much has changed since our Order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishops and Heaven's Ward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Yo and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an archbishop to serve as a guiding light to the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidha's death did not mark the occasion of Dravenian hostilities. Far from it, we will have great need of each other in the days to come. You may never count on my lance, Sir Emmerich. To my dying breath, I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Yo, Master Alfred, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Yo. I believe we have much to discuss. Say you want a revolution. The Soleil was eastward bound, so I sent word to Camp Cloudtop on the off chance the airship passed nearby. Sure enough, Lady Lena informed me that it had been sighted by her scouts. Then the Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds? Or was, not long ago. The airship has not been seen since it disappeared into the northern reaches near the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Bannermenu and not easily accessible from Camp Cloudtop, House Harliante has yet to establish a foothold. We will not need only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk their beastmen's wrath. I think we both know the perfect candidate, Yo. Let us pay a visit to Master Garland at the Skysteel Manufactory. I see, then I will take my leave for now. There are no other matters which require my attention. Okay. Nice. Ah, the dastardly duo. What mischief have you two been getting up to lately? You haven't heard, have you? I hardly know where to start. He was a good man. Sid, have you ever heard of Isla? The Archbishop spoke of it before he fled. No, but it's probably some source of phenomenal cosmic power that's key to his plans. That's legal logic. From what he told you, the Asians tried to tempt him to, as they tempted Gaius with the ultimate weapon. Even if he spoke true about playing along, I can see his attempt. I can see him attempting to seize it. As if we needed another reason to pursue him. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. Come to the airship landing when you're ready to depart. Just as well. After putting you out of the fire the last few times, I reckoned I was due to deliver you into it. Into the fire, is it? In that case, I should inform Tataru of our plans. Pray go on ahead to the airship point. I shall join you anon. The boys have been hard at work preparing for our flight, and I'm pleased to say we are ready to depart. This is as soon as a certain Pray forgive me my lateness. Tatu and I had much to discuss. We still have no news of the missing science, but she assures me that Anjay and we all are pursuing promising leads. Come, we can continue the discussion aboard the Enterprise. There's a waiting for you aboard the Enterprise, yo. Shall we get going?
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted. In search of a mysterious land known as Azizlar, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets. Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.
From here on, Cloud Top looks either far. Back in your guard, yo. The Venu could be anywhere, even watching us as we speak. Grab that ether point. Okay. Assuming the Solala is here, I doubt she will come, but we should begin searching the Isles in earnest. Of course, we must remain vigilant for Venu scouts as well. I'd rather avoid needless bloodshed. won't let me. Oh. Mayhap this effort was doomed to failure. Begs mercy for of Netherlings, does not fight, does not wish to die. Was that the banner being attacked, but by whom? Over there. Imperial troops? Ishgardians, seize them. They know where the Archbishop is. The enemy of my enemy. We have no choice. With me, I'll protect the Vanu.
Taliak, protect me!
Easy enough. Netherling saved Lanu Vanu from certain death, showers Netherling with thanks like summer squall. Lanu Vanu knows not what wind bears Netherlings to cloud sea, but warmly welcomes them, shows gratitude where gratitude is due. Vanu owes much and more to the Netherlings, as saviors, as heroes. Zandu welcomes you. To village we go, to north, come, come. So the Garleans were searching for the Archbishop and believed that the Vanu knew something of his whereabouts. Methods notwithstanding, they may have had the right of it. I conclude that we should accept Lanu Vanu's offer of hospitality and visit his village. That is the most unique crystal I have seen in this game thus far. That's 2 hats. It's reflective of the tribe. Like breeze guides leaves to rest, come lay down your burdens, Netherlings. Lanu Vanu throws wide arms in greetings. Behold, Ox Zundu. A far warmer welcome than one what you received from the Vundu, I think. Ah, Vundu bluster and blow hither and yon, sound and fury like aimless gale. What unseen lightning begets such thunderous reports? There you are. Did you see it? It's that damn flying whale again. The Imperials are after it. Where? The white? He's wounded. Wow. By the 12, did the beast just eat that island? Oh, insatiable white devourer of worlds, why must you torment us? Bah. Lonavana wastes no more words on his unfathomable deeds. Come, Netherlings, come and break words with the chief of Zundu. With wisdom deep as nethers and eyes clear as cloudless blue, Sanuvanu speaks of Bundu. Hearken to his words. Netherlings deliver Lanuvanu from claws of steel, shod friends, and prove nobility. He knows not to ignore Zephyr winds and brings before you with all haste. Soft rains to soothe the heart and sunshine to warm. Gratitude of Sanu, chief of Zundu, is boundless. We are honored to meet you, Chief Zundu. I am Alphino Levenor, and these are my companions, Yosan and Sid Garland. We come here in search of an airship, a flying vessel of the Nethers, which we believe is somewhere in the sea, Cloud Sea. Ah, like the black steel shod contraption from which you saved Lanuvanu? Alas, no, that ship belongs to the Garlean Empire, an old enemy of ours, though not the enemy we are looking for at the present. The men we seek wear armor of purest white and are led by an older man in white robes. Wait, Lanuvanu here tell of these Netherlings. You do, are you certain? As sun rises and falls and returns, we are Zunu scouts and testifies to words of Lanuvanu. Aye, winds carry purpose of Netherlings to our ears as well. Netherlings seek key to Aizlia. Now we're getting somewhere. Tell us, Chief Sanu, what exactly is this Aizlia? Beware, Netherlings, for blackest clouds portend greatest danger. Look not into heart of tempest. There lies ancient birthplaces and home of forbidden secrets. To speak more is to call the wind. But the white devours islands where key is kept. Deep within bowels of mighty Bismarck it lies, beyond the reach of the foolhardy, and beyond ours. Rejoice not in his gluttony, Lanuvanu, for as stone gives way to water and wind, all yields to white. This he knows, Chief Sanu. Madness of Vanu bodes ill for old Vanu. So Aslia is home to the forbidden secrets accessible only to the bearer of a key which the Archbishop covers. Much as I would like to believe it safe within the belly of Bismarck, the Knights of the Heavensward wield primal powers. If we do not slay the whale and claim the key first, they surely will. Quite how we will go about it is another matter. As was the case in our battle with Leviathan, we are out of our element, and this time we have fewer allies to call upon. Be that as it may, our customary approach still holds true. We must begin by learning more about the White. Let us each question the residents of the village, then regroup and share our findings anon. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.